I always make sure that, when I had a chance to, when I moved back to California, I just reached out. I said, hey, I don't know what you need. I said, I would just love to show up. I'm like, if you want help backstage, if you want help, I could help people with promos, whatever you need. I just want to be there because I miss it. And I appreciate everything that I did beforehand. And so fortunately it worked out to where there was a role for me and multiple, backstage roles and everything like that. So it's been a lot of fun to be back there. But yeah, I mean, the product has truly been special over so many years now. We've been on television weekly it started back in 2010. And even before that, there were different versions of it before I had a chance to be involved. It was the showcase and stuff like that. And initially it was NWA Championship Wrestling, but now it's Championship Wrestling presented by CarShield. And it's one show that airs all throughout the country, and talent come in from all over the country. And I'll tell you what, man, we're telling great stories. I mean, there's tremendous talent. We have an event coming up Sunday, December 11th. Danny Limelight's going to finally have his opportunity to challenge for the United World Championship being held by Jordan Clearwater. And you talk about a guy who has grown, both of them, separate stories, but the growth. I mean, I remember when Jordan, I believe he was trained by Carl Anderson, and Carl sent him to Dave about 5 years ago. And Jordan came in very new to Championship Wrestling. And the growth over the past 5 years, it is a different person, not only in size, just in persona, in the aura he brings when he walks in a room. I'll tell you what, man, that's what makes me so happy working in wrestling, is when you see people progress and you see them get it. And Jordan, I can't speak more highly of his mind. Like, he listens to advice. Anything you tell him, he'll sink in and he'll use it. And you look at what he's doing now, I think the sky's the limit. And look, Danny's got a totally different story. I think Danny's been fire on the mic for years. I mean, he was 4 or 5 years ago, before I went to WWE, he was part of a tag team and they were fantastic. And then he formed the Bodega, and then he worked for a couple different promotions. And, he's the reaction he gets from the fans in Southern California is truly authentic, and it's amazing. So this match is going to be a lot of fun, and that's happening Sunday, December 11th at the Improv in Irvine. And obviously it will be airing on television as well. But, if you're not watching Championship Wrestling and you're a fan who just wants to see wrestling with good storytelling, you can't go wrong. So I couldn't recommend it more highly.
Yeah, definitely get on that. And, I've known Jordan Clearwater. Well, I haven't known him. I've known of his work for several years through the NWA as well. And you were spot on. His improvement, and not just his improvement in the ring, but on the microphone, and his body is improved tremendously. I'm never someone who's ever been in shape, but he is in phenomenal shape. Like, truly phenomenal shape.
He's also a joy to be around. I've had amazing experiences in wrestling. I mean, I'll be honest, I think I've made closer friends in wrestling than I have in stand-up. And I think that's because I think wrestling, you have to work with people or you're not going to be successful. As a comic, you can be a ruthless prick and still be successful. You may burn some bridges along the way, and trust me, that has happened for some comics, but you could still be successful. If you cannot work well with people in wrestling, your shelf life is going to be pretty short. So that's why I think I've made better friends in wrestling than I have in stand-up, just because I think there's a mutual appreciation. There's more of a respect level in wrestling, for what everyone does, whether it's behind the scenes or in front of the camera. And so there are some people that are just a joy to be around, and Clearwater's definitely one of them. Danny and I also have a very strong relationship. So it's going to be hard for me on December 11th as essentially the person who helped put this match together. No matter what, it's going to be a great match. I don't know who the champion's going to be at the end of it, but the fans are definitely going to be really excited for it. So yeah, but I owe everything to Championship Wrestling. I never would have had that opportunity to go to WWE. That 7-year-old me still doesn't believe actually happened if it wasn't for Championship Wrestling.
Fantastic. And maybe I'll have to interview Jordan Clearwater in the future.